WBS 87 Atlanta, WAEN FM Atlanta, WBHH, and on iHeartRadio, the home of the Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey, DJ Rollum, and the Wake Up Ladies. This is Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives. Streaming online at beatbreakradiofm.com. The views and opinions expressed on this program does not necessarily reflect those of Beat Break 87 FM, Reach One Communications, volunteers, staff, and management of Reach One Communications.
This portion of Beat Break Radio is only suitable for mature audiences and not suitable for young audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Let me welcome you inside of the Random Select Podcast. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk. And as usual, I am your host, Mario. And we're right here on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives. It's hump day, guys. You know, just trying to make it through to the weekend. I saw on Facebook today somebody put up a meme, said, can we get a do-over on the weekend? I wasn't ready yet, and I could definitely understand that. It can definitely feel them. Well, we're getting ready in that little transition a couple weeks before the Super Bowl. I don't know who you got, New England or Philadelphia, but you know there's a bunch of New England band riders out there. They've always been New England fans. Yeah. A lot of y'all don't even know which quarterback Tom Brady replaced. So, but that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother podcast. As usual, guys, if you like what we're bringing to the table, Beat Break 87 FM and the Random Select Podcast, share. Let somebody know that we're out here. We're on all the social media sites. You can find us everywhere. If you feel like you missed today's show, you could catch the replay at 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday. Or if you're just that type of person, just want to listen to it when you get around to it, you can download the Beat Break mobile app and catch the shows on demand. And as always, you can listen to us live on TuneIn, or you can go to beatbreakradiofm.com, click to listen now, and we're right there. Hopefully that's what you're doing right now, listening right now. So with that being said, we're gonna get into today's quick little rundown. As I told you throughout the week that I was going to get into some of the stuff to kind of let you see where the podcast has come from and where the podcast is going. I'm going to play in this portion of the show, I'm going to play something called What If You Had the Perfect Man. And from time to time, I'll do these type of things, you know, depending on how I'm feeling. You know, I'll get the sexy voice going on and things of that nature and try to make it, you know, have some type of ambiance behind it. But I'm going to play that to kind of give the new people a chance to, you know, who haven't heard it. I'm going to play it. And also coming up, maybe in the second and third portions of the show, I'm going to play Conversations with the Enemy. And it's just where a group of us guys got together and talked with a group of women about a lot of different things. And I think you guys will find it. It's one of the very first earlier shows, but from time to time I still listen to it because I think it was a cool show, you know. So keep all that in mind as you're listening to today's show. Like I said, I'm just trying to get you guys over the hump, trying to get myself over the hump so we can start transitioning into the weekend, baby. I know it's a couple days away, but I'm getting hyped like it's right around the corner because it is right around the corner. So get ready for that. Also, in the last segment of the show, I'm probably going to do, you know, talk about current events, what's going on in today's world. We probably get into the Monique asking for a boycott. I got a little clip I might want to pay this lady talking about the things she's willing to do for her baby daddy. And I kind of want to ask the women, what's your sentiment on that? How do you feel about going all out for your baby daddy? Some people can't stand their baby daddy. Some people worship the ground they baby daddies walk on. Wish I was in that second category. Wish my baby mamas worship the ground that I walk on. But, that's neither here nor there. But we're going to keep the podcast rolling. And I'm just asking you women, what would it be like if you had the perfect man?
This person cannot be reached at the moment. Please leave a message after the tone. After you leave a message, you can modify it by pressing pound.
I was just calling to say good morning, baby. I had to get to work a little early today, so I left before you woke up. But before I left the house, I must admit, I stole a kiss from you. I tried to make it the softest possible kiss because I didn't want to wake you up. But I just had to press my lips up against yours and just take a little piece of you out into the world with me. I just want to let you know that I want to be the first voice that you heard this morning to welcome you into this world again. So I'll talk to you later, baby. Whenever you get this message, call me. Alright? I love you. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mario. I would like to welcome you into another episode of Random Select. In this particular episode, I'm talking to the ladies. What if you could wake up every morning to this type of guy? To a guy like that? To the type of guy that just is kind and caring and compassionate. When all he want to do is spend time with you. And all he does is think about you. What if this guy, above all else, could just put you first? You don't have to ever worry about him wavering or hanging out with his homeboys too much or just not paying attention to the details. What if you had the type of guy that could take away that pressure from you? And you single ladies, you know what I'm talking about when I say that pressure. That pressure to pay bills, that pressure to make sure the kids got what they need. That pressure to find someone to cut the grass. That pressure to remember to pay this bill, remember to pay that bill. What if you had someone just to take it all away? Take that pressure off of you, take that stress off of you, and make you feel like, above all else, he got your back. When is the last time you had someone in your life that you could say, without a shadow of a doubt, got your back? You are their one, their only, their everything. Wouldn't it be nice if you as a woman could have someone that when you come out of this cold world, that when you come home to him and he put his arms around you, you feel safe, you feel secure, you feel warm. And when you're inside those arms, you feel like there's nothing in this world that can hurt you. He's gonna protect you no matter what. And don't it feel good to have someone that you could count on when the chips are down? I mean, no matter what, they got your back through it all. You guys will be in the trenches. He'll look at you and say, baby, we might be in the trenches, but we're in the trenches together. Wouldn't it be nice to have the type of man that always has a kind, positive, caring word for you? Always telling you on a regular basis that you're beautiful, how lovely you look, how good you dress, how good you smell. Wouldn't it be nice to have the type of man that when you guys are laying in the bed and you guys are cuddling, the same love that you fell asleep with is the same love that you're gonna wake up to? The type of person that don't mind giving his all just to make sure you smile. He would go to great lengths, not because he's trying to give you materialistic things, not because he's trying to prove a point to another person. He does it all simply just for your smile. Wouldn't it be nice to have a man that cares about your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, making sure that you have everything you need in this world to succeed. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to just have a man that would rather die where he stood than to ever disappoint you? The type of man that, above all else, would always tell you the truth. No matter how much it would hurt, you would always know where you stood with this person. The type of man that when he's out, everything reminds him of you. If he see a dress, he want to make sure above all else you get it. If he sees a flower and he knows that you like it, oh, he's going to make sure that you get a dozen of those flowers. Today, tomorrow, the day after that, and a week from now, you'll still be getting flowers. And like I said, he's not doing this because he feel he need to keep up with the next person, or he's throwing shade, or he feel this is what he's supposed to do to keep you. He's doing it because he wants to. And like I said, he's doing it simply just to see that beautiful smile that you have. Wouldn't it be nice to finally, after all these years of being told about fairy tales, to finally get your knight in shining armor? What would life be like? Could you even imagine that? As a woman, could you even imagine that when you wake up in the morning, you're first? During the middle of the day when you're having lunch, you're first. In the evening when you're eating dinner with him, you're first. And later that night when you guys lay down and fall asleep, you're first. And just imagine the very next day it all starts again. No matter which day it is, which time of the year, you're first. Now, I know there's no such thing as the perfect man, but I do know there's a such thing as perfect for you. Can you imagine what it must feel like to have someone that feels so strongly about you, so intense about you, that if spent too much time away from you, too much time apart from you, it physically makes them ill. It physically makes them sick, because you guys are so connected and so in tune that distance ails you guys. Distance is not a friend to you guys. Now, women, can you imagine what it must feel like to have a man that every time he looks into your eyes, he can see right through your heart, right into your soul, to know that something is bothering you? Wouldn't it feel good to not to be able to have to chase him down and to try to make him understand that something is wrong? And wouldn't it feel even better if once he knew what was wrong, he loved you and cared for you so much that he could actually fix it and make it better? Wouldn't it feel good to have a man who tells you to place your hand in his, have trust in him and let him lead the way, and he promise you you'll have whatever your heart desires? Ladies, I know there's no such thing as the perfect man, but there is a such thing as trying to get a perfect connection, trying to find somebody that fits your life, trying to find someone that is able to understand what you need. I know there's no perfect man, but I know you could be perfectly good at trying to be the perfect man. Can you imagine if you were a woman and you had somebody who just looks at you and just stares at you? Not in that creepy way, but in that I'm so lucky to have her way. And when he tells you that he's lucky to have you, he believes it with all his heart, with his whole soul and spirit. Could you imagine what it must be like Just take a moment, ladies, and think about it. What must it be like to have the perfect man? I don't mean perfect and he provides you with money. I mean perfect as in that he complements your soul. He complements your spirit. He's the perfect fit into your life puzzle. Can you imagine what it must like to have someone look you right into your eyes and tell you that they love you? And you say, I love you too. And he goes, no, I don't think you understand. I mean, I really love you. And you go, I know, I really love you too. And then he tells you for a third time, no. I don't think you understand. Above all else in this world, I love you. How good must that feel, ladies, to have someone that's there for you 24/7. Don't ask for anything in return. Do it merely for the simple fact that they love you and they're so addicted to your smile. So addicted to the way you wear your hair. So addicted to the way you lick your lips. To the way that you walk. Addicted to the way you say words. Addicted to that little dance that you do. Addicted to the way that you play with his kids. Addicted to the way that you show kind and compassion and caring to his mother. Simply put, addicted to every aspect of you, every little piece, every little part of you. And I know there's no such thing as a perfect man, but there can be a such thing as perfect intent. Because I can perfectly intend to love you the very best I can. Now, I know that there's no perfect man, but I know there's a perfect heart out there somewhere who's willing to try, willing to attempt to be perfect. Now, can you imagine closing your eyes, feeling so much love that it's almost like it's radiating through your body, coursing through your veins? You can feel the love. Can you imagine having a man in your life that every time he touches you, your body tingles? Every time he touches you, all your brain can say is, give me more. Give me more. Can you imagine what it must feel like that every time his lip touches yours? It's like being on the softest place on earth. Can you imagine how good it must feel that every time he runs his fingers through your hair, it sends chills down your spine? And I know there's no such thing as the perfect man, but there is a such thing as perfect chance. There is a such thing as romance. Because once you've stopped trying to be romantic, once you've given up on romance, how can you ever smile? How can you ever be happy? You got to give yourself a chance. Anyone that's never been given a chance is never going to take a chance. Sometimes you have to take a chance on love. And I know that there's no perfect man, but I do believe that there's perfect love out there somewhere. So ladies, just let your brain go there. Just let your brain try to imagine for once that there is a perfect man out there. There is a perfect love out there. And for once, just let your brain tell yourself that you deserve it. You deserve the perfect man. You deserve the perfect love. Just imagine. The possibilities are endless. He's out there. He's definitely out there. All right, guys, we're going to leave it right there. But it makes me wonder, ladies, what would you do if you had the perfect man? And I know you guys are going to say there's no such thing. Maybe there's not a perfect man out there. And I get that, and I understand that, just like maybe there's no perfect woman out there. But we tend to forget sometimes perfect is all about perception. And it may not be perfect to the rest of the world, but it could be perfect for you, could be perfect for me, and it could be perfect for them. It's just that, I don't know, we've sometimes become so negative in the world that we resided our brains to think that there is no perfect person for us out there. And like you said, you keep looking at for other people to think that a person is perfect for your life. Well, what about you? Are they perfect for your life? Sometimes we let other people dictate how we do things and how we choose people, our family members and friends. When you're alone at night, or when you're alone by yourself with nothing but your deepest thoughts, you say to yourself, I really like this person, but nobody else does. Why you worrying about what nobody else does, And contrary to what y'all women believe, there are some men out there that's really willing and able and ready to love women. Give you guys our all, give you every little piece, every little part of us. And for some men, it's harder than most. It's harder for some men than it is for other men. Some men are just come out the womb ready to love and things of that nature. But for guys like me, who upbringing and environment just told you to pack away every emotional feeling that you have as far as the opposite sex, take it, put it in a package and pack it deep down inside and hope that it never see the light of day again. And that's how you get the whole term from women and from psychiatrists and from therapists, where they say that a man or a woman is emotionally unavailable. And I come to find that out to be true with myself. Sometimes I don't want to be emotionally unavailable, but sometimes you revert back to what you know. You revert back to what's most common to you, what's most familiar to you, because in my brain I say sometimes, let me take my spouse, let me take some time and say to my spouse, look, I know lately I seem like I've been withdrawn and I've been distant, but I want to take some time to try to reconnect. And sometimes just that simple statement changes the way a person looks at you. Because if you come to them and say, hey, look, I want to try to reconnect, it lets the person know that you're not unreasonable, you're not stubborn, and you're not stuck and set in your ways. A reasonable person can always have room to grow and improve themselves. But when you're mule-headed and stubborn and you're just dead set in your ways, you're going to potentially lose out on things that you probably should get, but you refuse to see the possibility. You refuse to let yourself grow. And the person who's around you trying to love you, if you refuse to grow with them, then they're going to outgrow you. Then you guys are going to grow apart, and then you guys are going to split apart. And that's just the way things go. But I just wanted to put that out there to say that, what if you did have the perfect man? And one of these days I need to do one for women. What if as men, what if you had the perfect woman, But the question is, women, if this man came along and he did all of those things, would you be able to recognize it? Would you be able to appreciate it? And would you be able to hold on to it? Those are the questions, because I think you guys have been so conditioned to say that men are no good, that all men are dogs, we only want one thing, that if by chance all the built-in excuses you had were thrown out the window, would you be able to handle a man like that? And that's the question. If all your built-in excuses were thrown out the window, could you handle it? Could you handle a man who actually put you first in everything he did and left no question about it, left no doubt that he was the right one for you, and you didn't have to worry about anything? And like I said, when I did the thing, I'm not talking about money. Sometimes we think people got our back because they're willing to pay a bill and they're willing to do stuff and give you material things. No, I'm not talking about that. Because that's the type of stuff, as long as people say, if it ain't tricking if you got it. As long as you got funds, most people would be generous with the funds. I'm talking about when things are down and we're both at our lowest. How do we interact with each other then? Do we all just say screw it and go our separate ways? Try to find somebody that we can mooch off of and do better with? Or do we hug each other, look each other dead in the eyes, and reassure each other that we gonna make it through this? So that's what you got to ask yourself. You know, how would you receive a perfect man if you were a woman? That's a good question, because I think a lot of you guys want it. But the question is, if it was to a man was to come drop in your lap, knock at your door, or you meet him out and about, and he turned out to be the perfect man, could you sustain it? Would you appreciate it? And could you keep it going? So those are some of the things you have to ask yourself when it comes to having the perfect man. All right, I'm going to get ready to close out this particular segment of the show, and I would definitely love to hear your feedback on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, and let me know, what would you do if you had the perfect man? And I know a lot of you guys are going to tell me that the perfect man don't exist, but once again, stop looking for the perfect man for the world. Find the perfect man for you. So, you're listening to the Random Select podcast right here on Beat Break Radio, Atlanta's new underground station where music and talk radio lives. Catch you guys after the break.
Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.
Hi, this is Clifford English, your host and producer of The Gospel Train. Join me every Sunday right here on Beat Break 87 FM radio. You will be encouraged, you will be equipped, you will be educated, you will be entertained, all while hearing the best in gospel music. Don't miss your connection with the Gospel Train right here on Beat Break 87 FM radio, beatbreakradiofm.com.
We specialize in creating mobile apps for the entertainment industry. Go to bvmobileapps.com, click Get Started Now, create your account, choose your package, upload your content, and click Submit. BV Mobile Apps. Make it easy. Make it mobile.
Hey world, it's your man Precise, and I have great news. The Precise Music app is finally available for your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry through Amazon and other app stores. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z. Go get it for all things Precise. Powered by BlackVibes.com. Stay in tune. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z.
He has performed on stage in front of thousands of poetry lovers. He has sold out shows and rocked the crowd with the best poets in the industry. Welcome to the stage, spoken word artist Patrick Duncan, better known as the Preacher Man.
I am Benjamin P. Montgomery. I invented a goat propeller. I am the former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela.
Critically acclaimed spoken word artist, poet, writer, and the creator of Black on Purpose poetry TV series Wordplay. Patrick the Preacher Man Duncan is coming to a venue near you.
Why is the only time we can come together as a nation is when there are acts of insanity, chaos, or devastation.
Stay tuned to Beat Break 87 FM for updates on Patrick Duncan's upcoming arrival to your city. Visit cdbaby.com/CD/Patrick S. Duncan to order his latest album, What's Going On. Available online, including CD Baby and iTunes.
I want this high and have no affiliation to a political party. I want this high to be spiritual.
For more info, go to BeatBreakRadioFM.com.
Beat Break 87 FM wants to help you get the word out on your next community event.
Hey, do you have an upcoming public service announcement that you want listeners to know about? Well, email us the info to psabeatbreak87fm@gmail.com so we can help spread the word. That's psabeatbreak87fm@gmail.com. If your event flyer has the words nonprofit, community, support, charity, and just describes everything about helping our community, please share the special event right here on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.
When it comes to hip hop,
don't stop. Bring it
R&B, and talk radio. No one does it better than Beat Break 87 FM.
This portion of Beat Break Radio is only suitable for mature audiences and not suitable for young audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, guys, we're back in from the break. You're inside the Random Select Podcast. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk right here on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives. And as promised, guys, I'm going to play a podcast I did about 3 years ago. It's like my second ever podcast. It's called Conversations with the Enemy, the divide between men and women. And it's going to give you a stark contrast as to how the podcast sounded back then as opposed to how it sounds now. So as promised, here we go, guys.
I'm your host along with other co-hosts, Will, Dave. We also have a very special panel that we want to introduce. We have Clarissa, Diana, Carlotta, Gwendolyn, and Valencia. And today we're going to have conversations with the enemy, the divide between men and women. A lot of people have had issues with saying men are dogs, women, they're no good women. So let's talk about it. Let's see if we can get this straightened out, David. So we're gonna start off real quick, getting right into it. Quick questions. Do y'all think that love is the same as it used to be? And I want to start with Clarissa on this one. How do you feel? Has love changed?
I think people's definition of love has changed. I think they use it more loosely than in previous times.
All right, Gwendolyn, what about you? Is love still the same for you, or is just not cutting it anymore like it used to?
It's different. I mean, I compare love like with my mother and father. They've been married for 40 years, and right now you do good if you get past the 2-year mark. So love right now, I think, is more materialistic than what it used to be. It's very superficial.
All right, let me go to my co-host, Will. How do you see love nowadays, Will?
I mean, I don't think anything is necessarily changed with what love should be. Just now people have just added extra definitions to what they think love is, and folks think love is seeing somebody at the club and them buying them a drink. So I just think people have just started putting a sliding scale. The definition hasn't changed since the beginning of time. We just added new definitions to it.
All right, Carlotta?
I don't think anybody's loving anymore. I think we all running off infatuation and thinking it's love.
David?
I agree with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. People take me. Love is easy to me. Love is simple. It's never been complex. It's making it complex by making it materialistic. And like you say, adding just things that not necessarily need to be there. Like you say, with the club scene, what you can buy me, what you can give me, more so what you can do for me, not instead of how do I feel about you. That's the problem with it right now.
All right, Diana?
I don't know. I think that's a loaded question. You know, love is defined by different people in different ways. I don't think it's changed. I think the players or the people who are kind of the faces of this new love have changed, and then that warps it for everybody else who's watching it. So it just depends on who you're looking at. But I don't think love itself has changed, no.
All right, last but not least, Valencia, bring up the rear. Let us know how you feeling about love.
I have to agree with everyone. Love definitely has not changed, but generational-wise, in the time that we live in, I think, infatuation plays a part, whereas, if a guy has this and, women so much are looking for what is beneficial for them, it's one of those, it's not changed, it's just the people have.
Okay, well, if the people have changed, which is a great transition right into the next question. If the people have changed and love is pretty much still the same, how do y'all feel about being in the pay-to-play generation? Because isn't the people who has changed that?
Yeah, I mean, that right there is one of those, and I'm trying to say this without being.
No, we want you to be completely honest and say it how you were thinking.
I mean, I don't agree with it, because at the end of the day, it's basically prostitution. I shouldn't have to. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sleep with a man just because you're a millionaire. You can buy me Louis Vuittons and things of that nature. Whatever I want, I feel like I should be wind it out and go do what I need to do to get it. But I'm not looking for a man. I'm not trying to be with an individual because of his financial status. I want to be able to go with somebody. I want to wake up in the morning and say, let's just go to the park. Let's go to IHOP. We don't necessarily have to go to Seasons 52 all the time or, things of that nature. So I personally don't believe in that.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me say this. Normally I would just try to be neutral and be the curator here. Do women still want to go to the park? I hear women say that all the time. Do women really want to go to the park?
Rico, I'm extremely simple. I enjoy simple things. And because I have dated guys with money, I've had the best of both worlds. I've had a dude in this income tax bracket. I've had a dude in a very high income tax bracket. I had more fun when I was with a dude that made, $50,000, $60,000. I mean, the life was just simple as heck for us. I feel like I didn't have to live up to certain standards. I didn't have to deal with foolishness, so to speak.
So $50,000, $60,000 considered the broke dude these days. Okay, Carlotta.
I'm about to say the same thing. I'm like, I understand it's all a better place now. We're not picking cotton anymore, but
that was an example.
So Carlotta, what's your opinion on the pay-to-play generation?
That's the younger people, and I'm sure some of the older people do it too, but if you're willing on both sides, they're all willing, so that's what's taken over. And for the older people that do want to love, it's not existent because the guys are approaching you thinking that you're willing to trade, and it's just one-sided. If they want to do it, more power to them, but it's, as they said, it's a changing generation, and now everybody's living off the moment. Love takes work. Nobody wants to work. As soon as they don't like how it's going, people move on.
Okay, let me ask you this on a real quick side note, then we're going to bounce this same question to Diane. Do you want to take walks in the park?
Not after 10 o'clock in the morning.
And let me ask you a question. Why? Because as a woman, you took time to get yourself together. You took time to put on the clothes, the makeup, and get the hair right. And you dare not sweat it out, right?
No, you're not going to put makeup on to go to the park. You might be going just to exercise with your mate. But in Georgia, after like 11, 12 o'clock, it's too hot to be walking in the park. But we still want to do it. I think when people refer to walking in the park, we're thinking about the early stages of the relationship, the infatuation part, when you were teenagers and you were broke, nobody had any money, but you just loved the fact that you could sit. I did that when I was young, every night, sitting in the city park and talking for hours. So we still like going to the park, but we want romance behind it. And not when it's hot.
Okay, so Diana, we're gonna bounce that question to you. I don't know how you feel about it. Do you agree that we are in a pay-to-play generation?
Okay, so I kind of need clarity on what is to pay to play.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's quite simply, there's a certain, I'll say, division of women who are not going to address, going on a date unless the guy is in that high income tax bracket, and with the understanding that, if he's going to, take me to Chops or, the Sundial, then I'll be game to, go and give him a little play. If not, I don't want to deal with it.
It's unspoken trade.
Y'all making it too complicated.
Too complicated? What the hell is that?
I want us through. You want my money. What's up?
Yes,
it's an unspoken trade. You trading and you're going to trade at the end of the night. Y'all got to make it an even trade. That's what they're doing.
Oh no! You know what? No, then absolutely not. So because this is where I'm coming from. If it's just a pure pay to play where it's a trade for me for your money or your whatever you have, then absolutely not. But at the same time, I do believe that I don't believe in the let's come over and let's kick it and men not making an effort to say, okay, I'm just going to do the minimum for me to be with you and spend time with you. It's not buying it, essentially, but it is saying, listen, you're a person I value, and I'm going to take time to plan something for you. And this is coming from a person who has brothers, who has guy friends, who has nephews. So I don't think men should be taken advantage of, but I do absolutely think that you should step it up and try to do your best for somebody, not because it's monetary or cost money, but because it makes an effort. Even if it does say, you know what, instead of taking you to Applebee's, I'm going to take you to something that's a little bit nicer because, I want to treat you. I think that it's okay for men to want to do that, and it's okay for women to expect that from men, but not as an exchange. So I don't know if it's like a pay to play, but definitely step up your expectations and step up your game, I think.
So it's almost sort of like saying, you ain't really paying for it, but we're going to sugarcoat it. Just make it look a little nicer, and at the end of the night, I might be a little nicer to you. That's what you're saying?
I don't know if I'll be a little nicer, but I will be impressed that you did try, yes.
Oh, okay. So be a little bit more nicer to you is the gateway to you being impressed, which leads to you being nicer to him.
I feel like I'm setting myself up with this, but I don't think it will lead to being nice. I don't know what it will lead to, but it definitely will be. I will be impressed. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. We're gonna leave that right there. We're gonna pass it right on to Gwen. Gwen, let me hear your opinion on it.
I agree with her. I mean, because nothing is free, And before they used to court, when you court, back in the days, there's time, whether you invest time, whether you invest money. I mean, it's not that I want anyone that's in a certain income tax bracket, but I don't want a charity case either, because I ran into a situation when nowadays, when a guy asks you, what do you do? And you respond and you say, well, I like to do this. I like to walk in the park. I like to hold hands. No, they're asking you, what type of job do you have nowadays? So then you're setting yourself, because most women, they do make a decent sized income nowadays. So you're like, okay, well, you want someone that's running the same course. It's not that, okay, our monies have to match, but I want a guy that has a basis. Have your own car, have your own place, have definitely a job, that allows us to go out. And yes, we can go to Applebee's. That's cool, but show me if you're trying to court me, if you see this as a potential longevity relationship or a possible marriage, then I can go to Applebee's by my damn self, so show me something different. And it's not a pay to play, but I mean, at the end of the day, you guys expect us to look a certain way. You want us to, wear so many hats. We can't come just looking any type of way. So we want a man that takes the time out to, like you said, step it up a notch, show us something different, introduce us to, that other side. Don't just treat us like any old body, because you can take any old body to McDonald's, but take me somewhere else, and that's just not a pay to pay, but if that's how it's looked at the end of the day, you're paying something, paying attention, time, or something. So if you feel that way about that person and you feel that person is special enough, why not step it up a notch?
Okay, let me ask you a question. When the guy's doing the stepping up, right? What's your version of stepping up? What's the woman's version of stepping up? Because if I was stepping up, it's kind of upgrade the things we do with you. I mean, how you upgrade what you do for us?
Okay, well, my thing... Okay,
go ahead, Colorado.
We don't need to upgrade. It's supposed to be courting. If you're really looking to get to know someone, we're not trading. So you're saying we should be trading. We're not trading. You don't need. All you're doing is you're giving him a beautiful personality to bond with for the moment on a date. So if
how come his beautiful personality can't suffice?
But in the society says courting has always been where the man takes the woman out. And of course you could do it differently if you want, but he knows when he goes and asks you on a date that he don't expect you to pay for it. So he has to accept the responsibility, like, look, I'm taking you to this restaurant. It's going to cost me $100 for the night. And you don't expect nothing back. Old-fashioned days, you bring her back to her door, she might not give you anything. That's how it goes. There's no trade.
But what I'm saying is, she just saying, go ahead, Dave.
That's why I play the players one of the oldest professionals in the game throughout the history of the world. Why the hell don't I spend $100 on you to take you back to your door and say thank you? If I'm courting you,
if that's the case, go get a prostitute.
But if I'm courting you, that number even reach that amount. We talking, we dating, we having a good time. This whole the first day we're going to the park. This first, second, third dates. Why the hell I be spending $100 on you?
If you think she's worth anything, you're gonna go on a date with her and don't worry about the money. If you just think you want some snatch out of it, then you need to just go straight to the girl that's selling it.
No, because after the first date, that's on us. The second date, that's a mutual agreement that we want to hang with each other. We want to date each other.
Oh, so it's time for her to give up the set.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it shouldn't go from let's go walk to the park to I'm spending $100 to take you out.
Once you ask to go on a date, it don't matter where. It's not no rule that let's go to the park where it's 0. Then the second one will be 20.
And for the record, though, women, y'all choose to put on the men in hats a lot. I told the guys earlier, some men now. I got to tell her to calm down sometimes because she got to understand that I can do things on my own. I'm 41. Before I met you, I was doing things. Before I met you. But it's things that she told you to try to do. Because a lot of women just see, I need to do that for stuff to be right. It's just not necessarily true. I can't say that for all men. But for me, that's not necessarily true.
Okay, let's get Will and Clarissa in on this. Clarissa, how do you see it?
I don't think, just to go back when you were asking about does a woman want to go to the park, it's not, for me personally, it's not about the money. It's about the effort. If, when we were first dating, if Will had wanted to take me to the park and do a picnic or something nice like that, a little bit of music, it's the effort. It's not the money for me. It's the effort to show that my time is valuable to him, that he values me. Because if he doesn't, why are we even going out? Like, what's the point if he doesn't value my time? So for me, it's not about the dollar. A guy could take me to Chops and be a total jerk, and I would not be impressed with that. A guy could take me on a picnic that costs less than $20, but if he put effort into it, I would be impressed with that.
But in today's climate, in today's world, let me just say, but isn't the perceived perception that most women equate effort with how much money you spend on them?
No. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Fellas?
Okay, so first of all, let me give all the women on the call credit for not being the typical average woman. I give all y'all credit because y'all answer that not the non-typical average woman. Because the typical average woman looks at the level of day or place she's going or doing as something to correlate with the possible success or impending success of the relationship. To answer the current question we're going through, I said, I don't mind if I feel I want to engage you and ask for your time and we go to whatever restaurant, Chili's, Applebee's, Chops, whatever the case may be. At some point, it's not even a pay-for-play scenario, but if I'm putting, as you say, effort into taking you to a nice place, doing nice things, going to a play, doing this, and we've gone on 2 or 3 dates, and I walk you to the door as a gentleman, and all I get is a handshake, and I had a nice time, and you close the door. I mean, I'm not even getting to where we get into a good night kiss or nothing like that. Then at some point, yes, I gotta stop. I gotta rethink why am I putting effort into something where I'm not getting effort back. It's not to say upgrade. Your effort means you gotta dress like a hoochie or you gotta do nothing else. But at some point, as a woman, you gotta either tell me as a man who's treating you right, hey, there's a possibility of us continuing with this and we can still date in good faith that something may happen, or you know what, we're not vibing. Shake my hand.
Patient.
Go separate ways, and that's fine.
Go ahead, Valencia.
I was just saying, I mean, with that comes in with communication on both parts, and I'm just thinking about, a similar situation that happened with me when I met this individual. You know, when we went out, we went already out, and the first date we went to a regular restaurant. The second date we went on, I think we went to like a barbecue festival or something like that. And, you know, and as time went on, you know, I posed the question, okay, you know, you've been asking me out just about every other week, where do you see this going? To make sure that, you know, I wasn't misunderstanding what he wanted to do, and I needed for him to understand where I was. So I think if you are seeing people on a regular basis, at some point you may have to just come straight out and ask, okay, what are we doing? If you're unclear. And for me, I asked that question. I wanted to understand where this individual, you know, because of course I was attracted to that individual in that sense, but at the same time I didn't want to set myself up for anything that I was not ready for.
Okay, and that's a good transition into asking the women, like Diana. What does a typical date consist of nowadays?
You know what? Unfortunately, I think nowadays it's more let's kick it. I don't think people do make reservations anymore. Like I haven't heard you know, a lot of people saying, oh yeah, we went somewhere where he made a reservation to do something, or he planned something that looked like it took an effort, or even if it's simple, it's something nice. I think people there's a lot of let's kick it, come over, let's kick it going on, which I don't like at all.
What does let's kick it mean? Traditionally,
come over my house, or I'll come over your house. I really feel like that's happening too fast, too soon. People are not making an effort. Someone is over at somebody's house cooking, and you've never gone out anywhere.
And I'm pretty sure you got real strong opinions on this, Carlotta. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think those guys that do that are the ones that are trying to get something without paying. That's the guys that don't want to do the pay to play. That's the cheapest one. And you a dumbass woman if you go over there and go sleep with him.
Exactly.
Can't even take you to McDonald's. Please.
Right.
Wait a minute. Time out. Isn't that talking out both sides of your mouth?
No, it's not about the money. It's how he values you. Because if you go straight to his house, go sleep with him, and tomorrow you wonder why he don't call you. A lot of guys will show who they are just for the simple fact of if he keeps taking you out, it shows he's interested. Some of them do trick you and pretend, but at least he's showing you he's putting some effort. But if you just go straight to his house, he don't have to put in effort. Don't be surprised if tomorrow he don't call you.
But y'all put that spin like he coming over for sale. He might really be coming to hang out. Maybe he broke that week and just want to hang out with you. And maybe he wants you to cook for him, or he brings him over for you to cook for him.
I've never seen a guy that go that far. I've never seen a guy that go that far and just want to go home with food in his stomach.
If you make it sexual, that's your damn fault. It ain't his.
No, it ain't about you making it sexual. It's about they always come, and eventually it wants to lead to that. That's why if you don't want that, just don't let them come over that early.
When you date somebody, eventually that's what somebody gonna want anyway. I don't give a damn. It's second date or 18th date.
You let them force you have to demand what you want. If you're gonna let him walk up in your house the first time, then don't be surprised when he don't want to take you nowhere and he keep on wanting to come over and watch TV and don't do anything.
Thank you. It's a trap. Once you get to that
in my defense, I've dated a lot of girls I slept with on the first date, and we dated for a long period of time. Hey, it is what it is sometimes. It depends on who you're dealing with.
And it depends on the personality of the woman and what her morals is and her values.
Yeah. Gwendolyn, chime in here. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm like Carlotta. I can't, if you want to come over on the first day, I mean, because first of all, I consider my domain an intimate spot, you know, so I don't want everybody coming. I don't even know you. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know you like that to even give you my address, so let's kick it somewhere else, you know, and that is what a lot of people are doing, you know, oh, you want to hang out? Come to my spot. They'll cook for you, but I don't want to come to your spot. Because I want to, you know, see how you are outside of the house, you know, and then maybe when it progresses, whether it be a month, there's no time limit, but just on the first day, the first 2 days, I just can't see allowing somebody to come to my house or me going to their house, you know, not for that particular point, because it does set me up for, that was good enough for you back then, we ain't got to go nowhere, because, you know, some guys are homebodies, which is no problem, but you know, just take me out, you know, even if it's nothing but to the park or whatever the case may be, but just not to your house. Just not on the first. You're getting to know me, so let's sit outside. I don't want to be in your house. I just, can't do that.
I really wish we would get to a point where women stop saying, let's go to the park. All right, go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead. I'll say the same.
Why anything but to the house? You're so silly.
Okay, Clarissa, come on, chime in here. How are you feeling about I mean, I know you're married, but before you got married, what was a typical date consisting of?
I think a typical date is dinner. I think one thing that men can do to kind of safeguard against, like, I guess, gold diggers, so to speak, because Will and I have talked about this, and I never realized it till talking to him that some women will just milk guys for the dates. You know, oh, he's taking me to Chops, I'm going to hang out for a while. So I think it's best to work your way up to those bigger dates. Like, start off with something kind of simple, and then when you're on the third or fourth date, you work your way up to the Chops or up to, you know, the dinner in Buckhead. Then, you know, by that time, you're both invested.
Some of your co-panelists say you should start off with the upgrade right from the start.
No.
Oh, it's the best idea.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just going
to... Go ahead, Will.
Well, I'm just say no, just because, I mean, just for simple reasons. And as we all said, I don't even know you. So if I done took you to some $200 dinner, and I got you out in public on my arm, and you psycho, and you just go crazy in some restaurant, now I've lost $200, I've made a fool of myself, and I've wasted an entire night because I don't know you. So no, I'm not.
So you rather her be psycho in your house?
No, not my house. I'm just saying I'd rather be psycho, I don't know, at the park.
All right. Nice.
All right, guys, we'll be back after the break.
This is Atlanta's new underground station.
How you doing? This is Wood Harris.
Hi, this is Jasmine Guy.
What's going on in Atlanta? This is Clifton Powell.
Hey guys, it's Niecy Nash from TV Land's The Soul Man. This is Cat Williams.
Check this out. This is your boy RL from NEXT.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lunel.
What's up, ATL? It's your girl Candy Ken of Atlantic Records.
Hi, I'm Taraji P. Henson.
WBS 87 Atlanta, WAEN FM Atlanta, WBHH, and on iHeartRadio, the home of the Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey, DJ Rollum, and the Wake Up Ladies. Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives. Streaming online at BeatBreakRadioFM.com. Download the TuneIn app to hear Beat Break 87 FM on your mobile device and listen to the Beat Break Morning Show. Weekday mornings only on Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.
What's up, ATL? Make sure that you check out the D Here Radio Show on Beat Break 87 and BeatBreakRadioFM.com.
Hey world, it's your man Precise, and I have great news. The Precise Music app is finally available for your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry through Amazon and other app stores. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z. Go get it for all things Precise. Powered by BlackVibes.com. I tried to put it off, but I can't. It's on me. Tried to blame the other man, but I can't. It's on me. Stay in tune. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z.
We specialize in creating mobile apps for the entertainment industry. Go to bvmobileapps.com, click Get Started Now, create your account, choose your package, upload your content, and click Submit. BV Mobile Apps. Make it easy. Make it mobile.
Listen to Beat Break 87 FM on the go. Download the Beat Break 87 FM app from the app marketplace, including Amazon, Google Play, and the App Store. View photos, videos, and Beat Break 87 shows on your mobile device. Download the Beat Break 87 FM app now for free.
He has performed on stage in front of thousands of poetry lovers. He has sold out shows and rocked the crowd with the best poets in the industry. Welcome to the stage, spoken word artist Patrick Duncan, better known as the Preacher Man.
I am Benjamin P. Montgomery. I invented a goat propeller. I am the former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela.
Critically acclaimed spoken word artist, poet, writer, and the creator of Black on Purpose poetry TV series Wordplay. Patrick the Preacher Man Duncan is coming to a venue near you.
Why is the only time we can come together as a nation is when there are acts of insanity, chaos, or devastation.
Stay tuned to Beat Break 87 FM for updates on Patrick Duncan's upcoming arrival to your city. Visit cdbaby.com/CD/Patrick S. Duncan to order his latest album, What's Going On. Available online, including CD Baby and iTunes.
I want this high to have no affiliation to the political party. I want this high to be spiritual.
For more info, go to BeatBreakRadioFM.com.
Wake up weekday mornings to the Beat Break Morning Show and nod your head in bed to the 360 Mix Show. Weeknights on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.
This portion of Beat Break Radio is only suitable for mature audiences and not suitable for young audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Break you inside the Random Select podcast right here on Beat Break 87 FM, Atlanta's new underground station where music and talk radio lives. And we're going to finish up with Conversations from the Enemy.
I'll tell y'all, do y'all know y'all last first date was at? Where y'all last first date was at?
The point he trying to get at is for y'all be saying you want to put so much into making the first date memorable. Half of y'all really truly can't remember what the true first date was.
Okay. No, you don't try to make it memorable off of a first date because you don't know what you're getting. But I think what we're missing is when you meet the guy, you have to get it clear what you're looking for before you start even trying to date. If I meet somebody, I'm letting them know up front that, look, I'm looking to settle down. I'm looking for somebody who's going that same direction. If we agree that both of us are going the same way, then we start dating. So by that time, he's not going to worry how much the dinner costs because we already know what we're looking for.
No, that's a lie. Don't never tell nobody 80 what you. I don't. This is my theory.
I do it all the time, and so when I date the guy, if we agree, he's not gonna worry about if the dinner costs $80 a piece.
No, because it ain't about the dinner. It ain't about the dinner. Like I told another friend of mine, when you tell a guy what you're looking for, guess he gonna give you. Is that what you think he's looking for? If you tell him what you want, if he there for whether he there for good or bad, he gonna give you exactly what he wants till you get what he need because you already told him what you're looking for. But if that's the case and he's just pretending, eventually you will find him out. Eventually you will find them out, and it's the woman's business to make sure you keep everything intact until you see what you're dealing with. Y'all make it sound so simple.
It is that simple, though.
Man.
I do it all the time, so I know it's that simple. If they feel they're waiting for sex, they will not hang around long enough. Yes, you'll have your dinner, and if they don't want to wait for the sex, they'll keep going. You didn't give up anything, you didn't lose anything, and
I keep trying to tell y'all don't know it long enough is to a guy who's very persistent and I'm going to get this, and this is what I'm going to do. Y'all understand.
Okay,
it's guys that are really persistent that'll wait on you.
Okay, with that being said, Dave, with that being said, it's a perfect transition to new. What makes new so appealing? I'm talking about from the woman's standpoint, whether it's new man, new situation, what makes new so appealing? Like Dave said, if he willing to wait for it and you consider new, how long would y'all make a man wait, and how long should a woman wait before she say, okay, she start bragging to her friends, girl, I got me one,
See, I don't know. I guess what make new appealing?
Anybody got a other thought than Dave?
Yeah, go there. Go back there.
You is appealing because you're hoping it's a clean slate. You're hoping that this is somebody with no issues, somebody that's actually normal, somebody that you could actually get a good reaction from instead of all the bad experiences. And that's why we always want new. The same way you want a new bag, a new dress. It's just something new experience, and you're just hoping for the positive from it.
Valencia?
I mean, for me, it is the experience, something different. I don't know, for me.
Exactly. Oh.
The thing, and Dave, I wanted to ask you a question. You said something, and you stated that men will wait for a long time to get what is it that they want. What's the longest you've ever waited? Because I know me. If I'm not attracted to you in that sense, it's a wrap. Even if I am attracted to you, I'm not just going to sleep with you on the first night like that. I can't do it. And I hear some of my male friends that say, you know what, I'm going to run this one down. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm that chick that, what?
No, guys are running down, but while they're running you down, they're doing other things on the side. Waiting for you to get ran down. But they will wait.
But why would you invest your time? You know what I'm saying? Why would you even waste your time? That is the dumbest thing to me.
Not me, but men.
No,
men and women are stupid.
I'm saying.
Men and women will do stupid things all the time, and they're just
wait a minute.
That's not on the belt for a lot of people.
Let me say this really quick, and let me moderate this really quick. For women and men, let's just be honest. We view time totally different. To y'all, you say, why would you waste time? To us, this ain't nothing but this nothing. You know what I mean? Like Dave said, if we're gonna waste the time to do this, y'all see it as waste time. But while we also running you down, we cheaters. We running everything down on the Safari.
Waiting for you. You
know what I mean?
Waiting for you patiently.
Yes.
Like a lion, like talking to her, just waiting.
And the way that sometimes. Yes, and the way the Safari works sometimes is y'all don't want us until y'all see us catch that other deer.
I'm not that chick. I'm not that chick because see, at the end of the day, I value my time. I value who I am morally. I mean, I'm a mother, so at the end of the day, and it really took for my girls to get them to become 15 and 14, and my son to be 17 to make sure that I am acting the way that I'm supposed to, because I can't sit up here and subject myself to this foolishness. Don't get me wrong. I run into players all day, every day that within the first 3 months, they seem like they have their head on straight. But if you wait and pay attention, a person to me eventually is going to reveal themselves. And I ask those questions, and sometimes I have to trip dudes up just to see mentally where you at. And half of the time I'll just come out, so what's up? You trying to have sex? What is it? And if they tell me, well, I do want to just have sex and, I want my freedom. Okay, well, guess what? I can't deal with you because that's not, I don't want somebody who I can just have sex with each week. I don't want that.
That's what you're saying. 3 months ain't nothing to a dude.
But see,
that ain't even the blink of an eye. They'll wait 3 months ain't nothing.
That's right. I'm just saying.
3 months ain't nothing.
But you have to remember that while the guy is chasing her, she's evaluating him. If he's not stupid, she's watching him to make sure where he's coming from. Some woman will look and say, look, I think he's a dog, but I'm still give it up to him because I kind of like him. And some woman will say, look, you ain't no good. This is enough time for me to watch you play this all the way out, and I don't want to be with you.
But a lot of y'all
about human nature, though?
Yeah. Thank you. Because a lot of y'all basing y'all information off educated. I'm going to use the word educated. And non-lustful women. It's women
That's what I was about to say. What about human nature, though?
They just want to sleep. They want to, like you said, you might be attracted to him, but won't sleep with him. There's other women that's attracted to him and sleep with him immediately. And I ain't saying it's good. Truth be told, I ain't saying it's good or bad either way, because from my experience, on both sides of the coin, I've slept people for one night stands, I've slept people for the first night, and I had great relationships with them. I can't go either way. But you got kids, that's a different story. You got to do something different. You got kids. I got a friend named Robert did the same thing.
I thought we're talking about normal women that's looking for decent men, not women that are female whores. I mean,
that's not what
y'all always assume. Women always assume. No, I'm just saying, women always assume that a woman who sleeps with the man on the first night, and in our eye, we see y'all as whores. And sometimes that's quite opposite. Sometimes we appreciate a woman who knows what she wants.
Huh? She knows what she wants, but she's a female player.
Hey.
Right? If it works for her, cool. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, for me, as an individual, I like to invest time. I like to be around you. I like awkwardness. I like to just have a moment where we may be out or we may be sitting around, and something that I needed to know about you that you did inadvertently say that I've learned. I'm just quirky like that. I'm not trying to just run out here and sleep with this dude because he's 6'2", cut all up, looking good. I'm not trying to do that. Because
okay, Diane, let me get your opinion. I haven't heard from you in a minute. How you feeling about this? Diana.
This is interesting. I don't know. So, are we still talking about the new?
Well, we kind of metamorph from that. We on this whole, how long a man should wait, and we all over the place. So just chime in on what we're currently talking about. The format's been went out the window.
I kind of figured that, so I was like, wait, what are we talking about now? So you're talking about how long a man should wait for a woman?
What we saying is, she's saying that time, can kind of weed out people, and what we're saying, y'all see time differently than the way we see time. Y'all say, oh, we made him wait such and such, so he faded away. But to some dudes, like Dave say, 3 months is nothing. I mean, so time is not the only way you can tell if a man into you. I mean, to be honest, women should really throw time out the window, to be honest.
Really should.
Okay, so if we're going to throw time out, then what should we use?
Personally, I think you should use effort. Effort would, because no matter what your intentions are as a guy, whether you just trying to go, whether you just trying to hunt it down or you trying to settle down, I said, as a guy, you're not putting effort into something you think is just not worth your time. I said, regardless of, as much as I enjoy saying, as much as you enjoy you may talk about, your money's worth something. My time is worth infinitely much more than my money. I said, wasting my time to me is a cardinal sin. I can't deal with you if you waste my time. I said, I can have a bad date, spend X amount of dollars, and it's gone, but you know what? It's gone. So, time, I'll make more money eventually. I can't make time back up. Time is just out of sight, out of mind. So,
but that's what the players do. The players are going to back off because they don't want to waste their time.
Nope. No, effort. Not time. The effort with the time. It's the effort. Time can be, like we just said, 3 months. During that 3 months, if all I have to do as a player is to just drop you a line and say, hey, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. And that gets you, back on the hook within 30 seconds, then that's fine. I've invested enough time for me to text on my phone or drop you a line and keep you engaged. Then I can go back out to hunt wherever I want to hunt on the rest of the safari until, I get you to come into my striking distance.
Okay, but that's the key right there, because in that 3 months you're saying drop me a line. Like, you can't, it depends on what you do in that 3 months. Like, you can't text me and give me a what's up or a good morning. Like, it's 3 months of, like, investing, like you said, that effort of, it's spending time with me, doing stuff with me, getting to know me, and really putting in time. You're not just doing 3 months of popping in between your other hunting sessions. You know what I mean? It's 3 months of, like, really courting me. And so when you say 3 months is nothing to wait, what are you waiting on? What are you willing to get out of at the end of that 3 months?
Let me say,
be honest, Dave. Come on. I'm begging you, be honest right here.
Now, truth be told, this depends on what you look for the chicks for. Because some women don't look for chicks to sleep with. They'll never tell you that because you already told you the relationship. So look for the same thing for the next 3 months of a relationship. The same thing. But for some people, if they want a real relationship, they'll wait it out. But I ain't never dated nobody who that I waited over a month for. Truthfully. Not one time.
A month for what, though?
Sexually. Ever. Not one time. Ever.
Okay.
But that goes back to my point that they're not going to 3 months. It's so much women out there for them to choose from. After a couple of weeks, they realize that you're not putting out. They're going to move on.
Really, I will give you this, though. You're right. It's that new type of dude. Not us. It's that new type of dude who could just, feel they got so many choices that they could just go, anywhere and get somebody. So I'll give you that.
But when you say, I don't know what about the new type of dude, because there's the older dudes that you don't expect that from.
No, it's a difference between. It's definitely a new type of dude.
It's a new type. It's a different
type, but it's older dudes too. It's older dudes that play the exact same.
Let me tell y'all something.
As guys that's
Papa was a Rolling Stone, came out in what, the 70s or the 80s. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
I'm just saying. I mean, age has, age really it shouldn't even be a factor.
It's not.
It just shouldn't.
It's not. So there are plenty of.
I don't mean age. I mean mentality.
Yeah, mostly mentality.
So Gwen, I haven't heard from you in a minute.
Well, I'm on the fence. I mean, I don't believe in giving it up or whatnot. But I can't put a time frame on how long a person should wait to actually consummate the relationship. I just feel you have to, just realize it, no matter what, whether you wait a month, 2 months, 90 days, or whatever the case may be, then 9 times out of 10, the issue is still there. He still may leave you. She still may leave you. There are some chicks, I have a lot of friends, and they say, shoot, if I want to be with a guy, I'll be with a guy. If I don't, I don't, So my thing is, you realize when you kicking it with somebody, when you talking, a lot of times you can find out a lot in a conversation within a matter of 20 minutes. For me, I can find out a lot. And as a woman, something just ain't right. But then you have those moments where you like, okay, I feel I can really vibe with him. And then you ask those difficult questions, spur them, not text message, but those difficult questions. Everybody has this open relationship thing. And you just throw it out there. Hey, you like you down with an open relationship? And if you morally are not down with that open relationship, then you already know where they headed at, so you just back off, say, oh, you a cool person as a friend, you understand? But then there are times when you can date a person for 90 days and you don't ask those tough questions, then again, they're still showing you their representative, So whether you sleep with a guy on the first night or in 90 days, if they don't respect you on day one, they're not going to respect you after 90 days, in my opinion, because I've always had long-term relationships, but it doesn't matter whether you sleep with a guy on day one or whether you sleep with a guy at 90. You just have to ask those tough questions. And as a woman, if you use your sixth sense, you kind of can know if that person is just full of crap. You really can. If you just pay attention to different things and get them in their element, you can kind of find out if they're dogs or whatever the case may be. I mean, that's just my opinion. But I don't think time you can't put a time, well, you should wait a certain amount of time. That's not going to solve the issue because you still may be without that person. He can string you along for 90 days. You just don't know.
Are we being too technical about this? Are we forgetting that sometimes you meet a person and just no matter what you think about them, they just do it for you? Just do something for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we forgetting about that part of the whole thing? We're answering it like robots. Are we forgetting you might meet somebody and go, you know what, I can't stand her, but God, she turned me on.
But that's what I just said earlier when I said you might be evaluating them and know that man ain't no good, but you decide, you know what, I'm going to go with it. But at least you have control. He's not tricking you. At least you have control. You know you're doing it. He's a dog, but you're going to do it.
But so as a woman, if it goes sideways, do you feel funny at the end because you went in going, I know he ain't right, but I'm going to do it?
You don't expect nothing. You already know what you're dealing with.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So with that being said, trying to get a little bit back on course here. So, can you learn to love somebody that you really don't? And when I say love somebody, I mean that, and men do this too, but I'm just saying I've seen it from a woman's standpoint, where you say he's a good provider, he pay the bills, he take care of the kids, but I don't really, he kind of okay. Can you learn to love somebody?
Yes,
I think the word.
Go ahead, Carlotta.
I don't think the word learn is the correct word. I don't think when you're around a person and you feel you're not in love with them, but they work for you, it's better than nobody. I don't think you learn to love them. I think when they're around you long enough and it's a good person, they grow on you. And eventually you transition from I just like you to love you. But you're not learning to love them. You just transition into love.
Rashes grow on you.
Yeah, but I don't think you learn. If that's the case, you could go anywhere and the gold digger could learn to love Donald Trump.
All right, Clarissa, let me get your opinion on this. Can you learn to love somebody?
I think you can, and I think it's based on how that person treats you. Because if you think about it, initial attraction and initial, like you just like the guy because he's a good provider and this and that, all those things I don't feel will sustain a relationship. I spoke with someone once who had been married 15 years, and she said, he's my friend. I enjoy hanging around him. He treats me well. Those are the things I feel that will sustain a relationship, that don't grow old. Like, is that person someone you would want to hang out with if you weren't, just dating that person? Those are questions I think you should ask.
Okay. Diana?
No, I think you can absolutely grow to love someone. And I think, I come from a culture where that actually is a driving force to say you're not always going to have those fireworks. You're not always going to have that, whatever definition of what you think love is. Oh my gosh, he's like the most amazing person. But if he's a good man and he's a good father and he's a good provider and he's, a good person that you want your kids to grow up to be like, I think sometimes you definitely do grow to love somebody. I think even in situations like arranged marriages that do last, like a lot of people will tell you that, yeah, I didn't love him when I first met him, but I grew to love him. I grew to love the kind of person that he is based on these qualities that really matter. So I absolutely think you can grow to love somebody if they're a good person.
Valencia?
I think there's respect. That's one of those questions. My opinion, no, I don't think you can. It's just difficult for me to, just have to deal with something like that in a sense. I can't. I mean, I will always have respect for that individual, but to learn and to have that to grow on me, that's not a good look. I mean, to me, I just feel like I'm compromising and just giving up who I am as an individual just to appease the situation.
Okay. Gwendolyn?
I have to agree with her on that one. I know he can be a good person and he has good intentions and he's a good family guy, but if I'm not feeling it, and it's more than just a feeling, but when you truly in love with someone. Like, I love everyone. I love everyone in the world, but to truly be in love with someone, I don't think it's something that I would learn. It's just I know, I know if I'm in love with this guy or not, and that's the only way it would work, because otherwise I would feel I'm missing something. I'm missing out on what I believe true love really is. No matter what type of provider he is, he's a good friend, but he can never fill that void that I really want to have, that I read about in novels, and that's what I want. So, yeah.
And it's not fair. It's not fair to that other individual. It's just like if he's giving me 350% and I'm only giving 50%, I mean, I'm doing him injustice.
Yeah, and he may find someone that's willing to give him that he's missing. Yeah, 'cause I know there are a lot of good men out there, and as a woman, I have a great friend. He's a very good guy, but as a woman, I'd be like, this is not working between us. My marriage, for example, I was married for 1 year, and he was a good guy, but just was not for me, and that, when you see things, but sometimes as women, we're taught to hold on to certain things for many reasons. Never cheated, none of that, but it's just, when you in love, you know that feeling of in love, and you don't want to sacrifice that for nothing, no matter what the price is. That's how I feel, so.
Okay, Will, we're going to go to you.
I mean, I don't know if learn to love is the way I would say it. No, if you're with someone and, you like them and you say it transitions over to love, that's one thing. I don't think you can be with someone who you really just don't care for or don't vibe with and just magically just learn to love them, because there has to be something more there. It's the equivalent of, I don't want to say the fireworks necessarily, but fireworks don't go off if you don't have any kind of lighter to light them. If you just got fireworks just sitting there, they're just sitting there. So if you're learning to love somebody, you just got fireworks sitting there, they're never going to go off if you never have nothing to spark it. So it has to be something there, and it can be a seed that grows, but you just can't have someone that's just because they're nice to you. You know, one day you're gonna love them, because I just don't think it works like that.
I mean,
Clarissa?
It's almost like it's scripted. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's difficult.
Clarissa?
I think it probably goes back to your number one question, what's your definition of love? Because a lot of people define love as an emotional feeling only. To me, that's not what love is. Love is based on feelings too, but not just feelings. Love is based on, you know, making a decision to spend the rest of your life with someone. It's based on so many different things. It's based on how does that person treat you? How do you treat that person? You build things together. Like, there are other facets than just feelings. Because in the heat of an argument, you don't feel love all the time when you're arguing with your spouse. But you know in your heart you still love that person, even though the feelings sometimes go back and forth. So you can't base your life decisions on feelings alone. I don't know if I'm landing with what I'm saying with that. There's other facets of what makes up love, not just feelings.
Right. I agree.
Okay. All right, so with that being said, we're going to wrap it up because it's starting to run a little long here, but I want to wrap it up with one last question to ask. What could change between men and women to try to close this gap, or either try to get it to the point where it's starting to be functional? Because as time is go on, wouldn't y'all agree that the gap is starting to be wider between what men and women want with each other? So what could be done, Clarissa?
I think we have to understand each other more. I think a lot of times men expect women to think like them, and women expect men to think like them. And I don't think we really always try to really understand where the other person is coming from, because we respond in a way that we would with another woman, or vice versa, because that's what we know and that's what's familiar. So I think it takes understanding and making an effort to really get where a person's coming from, because we're so different, and we have to celebrate those differences versus just criticize them, you know?
Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.
Hi, this is Clifford English, your host and producer of The Gospel Train. Join me every Sunday right here on Beat Break 87 FM radio. You will be encouraged, you will be equipped, you will be educated, you will be entertained, all while hearing the best in gospel music. Don't miss your connection with The Gospel Train right here on Beat Break 87 FM radio. BeatBreakRadioFM.com.
We specialize in creating mobile apps for the entertainment industry. Go to bvmobileapps.com, click Get Started Now, create your account, choose your package, upload your content, and click Submit. BV Mobile Apps. Make it easy. Make it mobile.
Hey world, it's your man Precise, and I have great news. The Precise Music app is finally available for your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry through Amazon and other app stores. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z. Go get it for all things Precise. Powered by BlackVibes.com. Stay in tune. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z.
He has performed on stage in front of thousands of poetry lovers. He has sold out shows and rocked the crowd with the best poets in the industry. Welcome to the stage, spoken word artist Patrick Duncan, better known as the Preacher Man.
I am Benjamin P. Montgomery. I invented a boat propeller. I am the former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela!
Critically acclaimed spoken word artist, poet, writer, and the creator of Black on Purpose poetry TV series Wordplay. Patrick the Preacher Man Duncan is coming to a venue near you.
Why is the only time we can come together as a nation is when there are acts of insanity, chaos, or devastation.
Stay tuned to Beat Break 87 FM for updates on Patrick Duncan's upcoming arrival to your city. Visit cdbaby.com/CD/Patrick S. Duncan to order his latest album, What's Going On. Available online, including CD Baby and iTunes.
I want this high to have no affiliation to the political party. I want this high to
to be spiritual.
For more info, go to beatbreakradiofm.com.
Beat Break 87 FM wants to help you get the word out on your next community event.
Hey, do you have an upcoming public service announcement that you want listeners to know about? Well, email us the info to psabeatbreak87fm@gmail.com so we can help spread the word. That's psabeatbreak87fm@gmail.com. If your event flyer has the words nonprofit, community, support, charity, and just describes everything about helping our community, please share the special event right here on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.
When it comes to hip-hop,
Don't stop.
R&B, and talk radio, no one does it better than Beat Break 87 FM.
This portion of Beat Break Radio is only suitable for mature audiences and not suitable for young audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, guys, we're back from the break. You're inside the Random Select Podcast. It's the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk, and I am your host, Mario, right here on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM. It's where music and talk radio lives. We're going to finish up with conversations with the enemy. So far, it's so good, guys. If you're just joining the show, it's a podcast I did about 3 years ago with some of my best friends, and we just talked about the differences between men and women, and we're going to finish it up right now.
Okay. Diana?
Yeah, I think Clarissa hit it right on the nail. I think it's always important, especially with this men and women thing, and who knows if we'll ever be able to close that gap, but it's important to seek to understand than to be understood. Like, always try to say, well, where is that person coming from, even if you receive it a certain way. Really try to look at it from their perspective, and also kind of going back to what Dave earlier said, to say, well, I'm doing this for you, what are you doing for me, how are you stepping it up? I think at the end of the day, if you truly say, you know what, I'm going to give you the best of me, and regardless of kind of what I get in return, and you have the same mentality, then you're both approaching it with a phase of, I'm trying to understand you and I'm trying to give you the best of me. And I think in doing that, you can find a mutual ground of at least trying to understand where each person is coming from and bridge that gap a little bit better.
Okay, Colada?
I think it'll be hard to go back to the old-fashioned ways, but I think that's the only way it will work. Everybody's going off instant gratification. Nobody wants to work for anything. You know, the guy wants the sex, and he figures I'll pay for it, and the woman wants the money. Everybody's just going for instant gratification. So the only way it will work is to go back to old-fashioned courting, which will be a reversal of the mental way how people see relationships, or even if they want relationships. Do they want to get married? You know, there's a lot of stuff that's changing, so you have to go back to the old ways.
Valencia?
Communication and compromise. And when I say that, just piggybacking off of what everyone is saying, understanding what each sex wants. You know, sometimes you have to have those, tough conversations, just to get a better understanding of what is it that he wants, what is it that she wants. And then, once those conversations are placed on the table, you guys need to come to a consensus. If you can compromise, can you deal with this? Can you deal with that? Are we going in the same direction? Are we going in the same path? Okay, well, you just want to have sex and you want to be in a relationship. Well, maybe we just need to come to a medium and be friends, respect one another's opinions and, outlooks on life, and just keep it moving.
All right, Gwendolyn?
respect goes a long way, and I do agree with communication. Just be open, honest, and blunt about what you want, and then if that person is able to give it to you, then they are. If not, then it's fine too, you know. Don't be afraid to say I'll move on, and don't waste, because time is something you can't get back anyway. So why waste time beating around the bush telling the person what you truly want, you know? So I just believe in being blunt and honest, and it should work out from there.
All right, bring it on home for us, Will.
I mean, when and it said a lot of best, just direct communication. I said a lot of problems start between men and women because it said we're trying to figure out, you know, we're communicating things in our own head. We're having whole arguments inside your brain before they ever come out and get verbalized. A lot of stuff can be cut real short if you just say, hey, you know, I don't like what you did today. And just talk about it. And like you say, it might be a tough conversation, but if you're with that person, it's a tough conversation, and it's easier to have that 20, 30 minutes, knocked out and done, than to sit there and just let something that was relatively minor, that was only 20 minutes, fester for a couple of weeks, couple of months. Then all of a sudden, when you in the kitchen putting something in the cabinet, it's like, all of a sudden, like, why you put that in the cabinet that way? And now you got a 3-day argument over something that was done, but unbeknownst to you, there's an issue that's been floating around for 3 months that you never heard about, and you can't fix anything if you don't know it.
Okay, all right. So, anybody got any final thoughts that they just want to put out there that we might have missed in the show, or something that they didn't get off their chest, or anything like that?
I want to say one thing, because I said, women, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. Men are simple. We're nowhere near as complicated as y'all think we are. I said, so generally, if you want to know something, ask the question. You're either going to get an answer or you're not. But we're real simple. We're nowhere near as complicated as any magazine or self-help book or advice column makes it sound. I said, men are about as simple as putting a wheel together. So just let you know.
Any rebuttals?
That's the man that wants to really be in a relationship. What about the guys that are all just scheming? Can't just ask
that's simple
question.
too. But that's simple too, because like as you said, if you ask questions and you start hearing a whole lot of, like you said, you know, your spidey sense tells you when something isn't quite right. So instead of hanging around thinking it might get quite right, chop it off at the knees. Move on. Like I said.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I said. You take your time to figure out who you're dealing with.
All right. Anybody else? This is the time to get it out there. Some stuff you forgot to say or wanted to say.
Women are not as complicated, at least, I don't think we are. I think with women, we just require communication. We don't like to be left in the dark. Men, one thing I've learned about my male friends, they're logical. They just want to know what the problem is and fix it. However, sometimes as women, we are emotional. Like Will said, we will play the whole scene out in our head. And then once we have to have those conversations, it may not necessarily turn out. But I just think, if men and women learn how to communicate more effectively, that will eliminate half of the problems.
But what if when you dealing with a woman and women are say, makes, little suggestions that what you should do, but we don't always understand what's going on, because a lot of women feel like you guys can't come directly to us and just say what you want to say, like Will said. Sometimes there's no need to beat around the bush. There's no need to try to infer anything. Just say what you want to say, period.
And you should. A woman, if a woman can't come out and just say what she really means or say what she wants, then that's an issue on her behalf. But I just don't believe in sugarcoating it. If I want you to paint the room green, baby, paint the room green. I'm not going to give you what I think it should be paint the room green.
Now, wait a minute. Let me backtrack a little. It's a difference between saying what you want to say and talking to him like he's a little boy.
Well, I understand that, Rico. But I'm just saying, I'm just using that as an example. You know, you're saying that, you know, women, we kind of infer and we tiptoe. I'm just saying at the end of the day, if we feel like it's something that we would like for you to do or we need for you to do, it shouldn't be, you know, we shouldn't have to work our way up. Well, you know, I think I want to do this. I think I want to do that. You know, I should be able to say, okay, let's take a vacation. Let's do this. What do you think about doing that? It shouldn't be a gray area. That's all I'm saying.
All right, guys, we're going to leave it right there. I definitely hope you guys enjoy Conversations with the Enemy. I had a lot of fun doing that with Clarissa, Diana, Colada, Frost Giant, Will, Decatur Maid, Dave, and Gwendolyn. It was great. It was the second podcast I ever did, and I really thank those people for joining in. You know, like I said, it was new to everybody. We didn't really know what to expect or where this was going to go. And, you know, all this time later, here I am right here on Beat Break 87 FM. So yeah, as you can hear, you know, the audio quality wasn't that great because, you know, I was pretty much, on a shoestring budget and I was working with what I have. Since then, you know, we've upgraded microphones and software and, things of that nature and, you know, sound just a little bit more professional. I'm still not quite where I want to be, but I'm happy with where I'm at, you know, and that makes a big difference. All right, we're going to transition this portion of the show into something different. I know it's going to be a stark contrast from what you guys just heard as to what I'm about to get into. And this pretty much is going to close out the show for today. And I thank you guys for definitely spending your Wednesday afternoon with me, whether you're sitting in traffic, whether you're at the gym or you're just at home chilling, or, you know, I appreciate it. No matter how you're getting it in, thank you for listening to the Random Select Podcast. I'm your host, Mario. And if you like the show, guys, spread the word, get it out there and let people know that we're out here. You can hope you're listening to us right now, whether it be on TuneIn Radio or you're listening to us streaming off the website, beatbreakradiofm.com. Either way it go, let somebody know, and thank you guys for listening. All right, with that being said, I'm going to transition into this particular thing that I heard on, I got off the internet that I heard, and it's a lady who's pretty much professing her love for her baby daddy. You know, she love him. She's willing to do anything for him, and can't nobody tell her anything about her baby daddy. So we're going to play it, and then I'll come back after we hear the clip and talk some more about it.
Let me tell y'all one thing. I'm finna get my income tax check. I don't need no friends. I don't need no friends. I don't care about y'all. Y'all can stop talking to me. But my baby daddy, I'm finna get ready to take care of my baby daddy. Y'all got me messed up. My baby daddy ain't gonna want for nothing. You hear me? My baby daddy already told me he wants that Hummer. He wants to take $5,000 out my tax money to pay down on him a Hummer. And guess what? I'm gonna do that. And you know what? Don't be mad at me, because guess what? I'm a co-sign for him to get that Hummer too. So y'all mad. Because you ain't got your baby daddy with you. Let me tell y'all females something. Y'all don't know nothing about me. My baby daddy gonna get anything and everything that he want. You know why? Because he's my baby daddy. You got to respect your baby daddy. You got to show him some love. You know what I'm saying? When your baby daddy come to you, he don't have to work. You treat him like a king. If he come to you and say, baby, I need this, I need that, you better go out there and make it happen if you ain't got it. You hear me? When you get your food stamp, you better go out there and sell them books. You hear me? I don't care what you do. Whatever you got to do, shake that money and you better make it happen when it comes down to your baby daddy. I love my baby daddy. You hear me? Huh? I'm telling you one thing. My baby daddy gonna have it all. All kind of name brand clothes and shoes. He gonna have it. Jordan, MK, Gucci. I got this. My baby daddy finna shine. He finna what? He finna walk it out on y'all haters. He finna walk it out on y'all haters. My baby daddy, what? It's a king when it comes down to me. You damn right. And guess what? I don't even really have to spend all my tax money. You know what I'm saying? Cause why? I get my child support from my baby daddy. Guess what I do when I get my child support? I give it right back to him. Huh? See, y'all got to be smart. When you go put your baby daddy on child support, play it off. Just take your child support and give it back to him. That's how you keep your baby daddy, huh? And guess what? We finna go over into the fish market. We finna shut this down. What? I got $1,000 on my card for my food stamp because it's for 2 months, huh? Huh? We finna get all the crab legs and shrimps and oysters and fish, catfish they got in there, huh? We finna close it down, huh? My baby daddy ain't want it for nothing. Here, my baby daddy homeboys finna come over. What? I'm going to the store and get everything they drink. They gonna have everything they want to drink in the house. It's on me. As long as my baby daddy at the house with me, it don't matter. Huh? I like when he tell me to get up and go get his shoe. I like when he tell me to get up and go run his bad boy. I just get a rush when he tell me to go in there and cook his food. I just get a rush when he kissing on me when his friends is around. That's my baby daddy. What y'all mad about? That's mine right there. I even like when he passed gas around me. Because you know what? He loved me enough to do that. Huh? Huh? He being himself. He feeling comfortable around me. That's what I'm talking about. I love my baby daddy. I got him written all over my body. It ain't his name. It's my baby daddy is on my body. Huh? I ain't finna put my child name on me for what? My child gonna be with me for the rest of my life. I'm gonna put my baby daddy name on me. So every time he get ready to leave me, he can see his name and let him know it's close by his heart. Huh? Y'all don't know nothing about me. Don't worry about my baby daddy. Yeah, I'm gonna put them rims on that too. Huh? You worry about your own baby daddy. Oh, we going to cruises. We ain't going on no cheap cruise. Huh? We ain't going on no cheap cruise. We gonna go spend some money. Huh? That's my baby daddy. Guess what? We on our way to the casino soon as the children get out of school. Huh? Huh? I got that early loan. Jackson Hurd. Yeah, I got that $3,000. We finna go to the casino. Uh-huh. And I'm finna show him a good time. Uh-huh. Now what? I'm finna take him to the pawn shop. Uh-huh.
Well, obviously, the guy has probably beat the sense out of her. And obviously, she must have caused loss of hearing because she keeps saying, huh, like somebody talking to her. I don't hear anybody. Y'all hear anybody? Maybe that's just the voices in her head. All right, but all seriousness though, I mean, this guy has done a really great job on her. I mean, if she's really being serious about the way she feel, you know, about this, if she really talking how she truly feel, I mean, he don't have to work. She gonna co-sign for the Hummer, that gas guzzling piece of crap. She gonna co-sign for that, so she probably gonna be putting gas in the Hummer. You know, I don't know what his role is with his kids, but I mean, she talking like, I mean, she almost talking instead of a baby daddy. She almost talking like that's her pimp. You know, that's how you see streetwalkers, prostitutes, and stuff talk about they daddy. You know, now I'm going to bring that money back to you, daddy. What you want me to do, daddy? I just love my daddy. You know, that's, I mean, this dude, wow. So I wonder how many women truly feel that way. Is that just a ghetto mentality? Is that just a woman who been conditioned mentality? Or does it just boil down to just plain flat out stupid? You know, I mean, this guy must, I don't know. He must be laying it down in the bedroom or something. He must got 2 tongues in his mouth or something. You know, take some time to think about that. 2 tongues in the mouth. All right. You might not get that. You might not understand that. But for her to be making these claims like she's making about her baby daddy, he must really, really, you shouldn't even want to leave this woman. I mean, you guys can't see what she looked like. You know, she's not, you know, the best looking woman in the world, but she don't have to be the best looking woman in the world if she's providing all of this for you. She's willing to take her EBT card and spin out, you know, willing to let you have your friends over all times of the night hanging out and buying whatever you guys want to drink. To them guys, you must seem like you got it going on, you know. Kind of showing my age by saying got it going on. But you must, you know, be balling out of control in their eyes, you know. I mean, and she's making this video, you know, on Facebook, professing to the world that, You know, y'all need to stay out of her business about what she do for her baby daddy. It's her business. Obviously, somebody must have been talking to her, or somebody must have said you crazy, or left her some type of crazy comment or something, because that was her public service announcement to let you guys know to stay out of her business. She gonna continue to do what she got to do for her baby daddy. And in her world, her baby daddy is a king, and you can't tell her nothing. Huh? You hear me? Huh? You understand? You can't tell her nothing. Her baby daddy is all everything. You know, she finna take $5,000 out of her check so he could put it down on the Hummer. Huh? You understand what I'm saying? She finna get her early tax return for Jazzy Hoover and take him to the casino. Huh? You understand what I'm saying? I guess I'm starting to hear them voices too. I mean, it's infectious. I'm starting to hear them voices in my head too. Huh? You understand? So this lady right here is the quintessential antithesis of what we consider to be a ghetto chick. I don't care about whose definition. This falls up on the ghetto chick. Don't care how you look at it, how you try to say she's been mentally conditioned, how you can say she's a victim of her environment. Throw all that BS out the window. This is just a ghetto chick through and through, and seems like she's embraced the ghetto mentality and the ghetto lifestyle. So while she's saying he's going to be dressed up and he's going to be in the latest Gucci, you know, Jordans, MK and all of that stuff, what you going to be looking like? You know, or are you putting the same energy and effort into yourself? And do you know if he see you as a queen as you see him as the king? I mean, but I guess in her mind, it really don't matter, because that's her baby daddy. You got to respect your baby daddy, not your fiance, not your husband, but your baby daddy. You know, your baby daddy has high priority over everybody else in your life. And you ain't getting the kid's name tattooed on you. You ain't even getting his name tattooed on you. You getting baby daddy. You so fascinated by the baby daddy aspect. I mean, is it one of them type of things where he got you pregnant and somebody told you that you weren't able to have kids, and you so grateful to him that he impregnated you that now you worship the ground that he walk on? Nobody else has ever kissed you in front of their friends before, so now you happy that he kissed you in front of his friends that make you feel good? And so now the coup de grace in all of this is you feel, you know, it give you a rush of high when he farts in front of you. Most women fight to keep us from farting in front of them. You know, they say we disgusting, that's nasty, go in the bathroom or do something like that. But you love it when your baby daddy fart around you, because that makes you feel comfortable that he's able to lower his guard, put his guard down, to feel comfortable around you when he just let one rip right in your face. But I guess that's the world we live in. You know, the baby daddy is, you know, reigning supreme in her world. So do any other women feel like that? I would be very interested to know if there's somebody else out there that feel that her baby daddy should be king. Not a fiance, not her husband, not someone that you feel that's got your back and been in the trenches with you and you know without a shadow of a doubt you could trust, but your baby daddy. Now let me ask you this question. Is that your only baby daddy? Or you feeling, since you're a ghetto chick, I'm just going to assume, and this is just me being stereotypical, I'm just assuming you probably got more than one baby daddy. So are you like that with all your baby daddies? Or is he just the one that's in favor right now? He the flavor of the month right now for baby daddies as far as that go. I'm just saying, people. I mean, this right here, without a shadow of a doubt, is ghetto as hell. There's no other way to say it. And I'm going to leave it right there. But I also wanted to kind of talk about one other thing before I get up out of here really quick. I want to talk about the Monique situation, where Monique said that she's calling for a boycott of Netflix because she felt Netflix lowballed her. Felt that Netflix didn't offer her the type of money that Netflix would offer somebody with her resume. You know, she's considered to be a legend. She's saying that her resume is comparable of that of Chappelle and Amy Schumer and these people. She's saying they gave Amy Schumer $13 million. They only offer her $500,000. And I'm not knocking that at all, because as a person, if you feel you know your worth, then there's nothing wrong with that. You know your worth. I mean, who am I to tell somebody what they feel that they are worth? And, you know, she came back, you know, a couple of days later and said that they offered, Wanda Sykes sent out a tweet saying that they offer her half of that. So combined together, the $250 that they offered Wanda Sykes and the $500,000 they offered her doesn't even add up to them combined doesn't even add up to $1 million, So, but a lot of people have given Monique backlash saying that, people haven't seen Monique do anything in a long time. And a lot of people say she really wasn't that funny from the get-go. And then to top it all off, saying that her crowd was a predominantly black female crowd anyway. So they saying that Monique has no crossover value. And I got to thinking about that, and I don't knock Monique. I'm just saying she feels she's worth more than $500,000. But I was really thinking about that. Netflix has become so big and so popular. Calling for a boycott was never going to happen anyway. So I don't know who came up with that and who tried to steer you in that direction, but that was just a misguided effort right from the jump. Because when you have nothing to do and nothing's on TV and you ain't feeling a lot of stuff, Netflix has a boatload of shows and things you could just do. I mean, literally, you could Netflix and chill out for a whole weekend, get in there and binge watch yourself to death if you really wanted to. So the boycott was a misguided thing. That was never going to happen, because one thing us black people have become very accustomed to, that's our social media and our Netflix. You take those away, you might get riots in the street. We ain't gonna ride for the fact that inoculations and all this stuff is messing up our kids, giving our kids autism and all this type of stuff, that they giving us bad food and things like that. We don't care nothing about that, because we gonna eat our flaming hot Cheetos. And the kids gonna eat those Mexican chips. I forgot what the name of those chips are, but the kids love them. Takis. The kids gonna eat those Takis. So people don't care that we killing ourselves by the boatload. People don't care about that. They just know that they gonna enjoy themselves some Netflix. If the people can't have Netflix, they are gonna riot. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I just think if you're gonna boycott, you got to pick something really real to boycott. I mean, and here's another thought. Why didn't you just take the money, do the show, and just roast them on the show? If you feel that they lowballed you anyway, and you feel that they didn't respect you anyway, just take the money, go on the show, and roast them. And then chances are they'll never hire you back anyway, and you didn't want to do it anyway because you felt they lowballed you. So you got the money, and you had a chance to put it out there to the world what was really going on with you. And Wanda Sykes didn't call for a boycott. She just went and found another avenue being Epix. So I'm not knocking you, saying you shouldn't stand for what your principles are and stuff like that. And you stand your ground. You know your worth more than anybody know their worth. So I'm not saying that. But calling for a boycott because you didn't get paid $500,000 is a hard pill for a lot of people who struggle to pay their bills to swallow. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, you've been inside the Random Select Podcast. I am your host, Mario. This is the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk right here on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives. Out.
This is Atlanta's new underground station.
How you doing? This is Wood Harris.
Hi, this is Jasmine Guy.
What's going on in Atlanta? This is Clifton Powell.
Hey guys, it's Niecy Nash from TV Land's The Soul Man. This is Cat Williams.
Check this out. This is your boy RL from NEXT.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lunel.
What's up, ATL? It's your girl Candy Ken of Atlantic Records.
Hi, I'm Taraji P. Henson.
WBS 87 Atlanta, WAEN FM Atlanta, WBHH, and on iHeartRadio, home of the Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey, DJ Rollum, and the Wake Up Ladies. Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives. Streaming online at BeatBreakRadioFM.com. Download the TuneIn app to hear Beat Break 87 FM on your mobile device and listen to the Beat Break Morning Show. Weekday mornings only on Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.
What's up, ATL? Make sure that you check out the D Hill Radio Show on Beat Break 87 and BeatBreakRadioFM.com.
Hey world, it's your man Precise, and I have great news. The Precise Music app is finally available for your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry through Amazon and other app stores. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z. Go get it for all things precise. Powered by BlackVibes.com. I tried to put it off, but I can't. It's on me. Tried to blame the other man, but I can't. It's on me. Stay in tune. That's Precise Music. Music is spelled with a Z.
We specialize in creating mobile apps for the entertainment industry. Go to bvmobileapps.com, click Get Started Now, create your account, choose your package, upload your content, and click Submit. BV Mobile Apps. Make it easy. Make it mobile.
Listen to Beat Break 87 FM on the go. Download the Beat Break 87 FM app from the app marketplace, including Amazon, Google Play, and the App Store. View photos, videos, and Beat Break 87 shows on your mobile device. Download the Beat Break 87 FM app now for free.
He has performed on stage in front of thousands of poetry lovers. He has sold out shows and rocked the crowd with the best poets in the industry. Welcome to the stage, spoken word artist, Patrick Duncan, better known as the Preacher Man.
I am Benjamin Keith Montgomery. I invented a boat propeller. I am the former president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela.
Critically acclaimed spoken word artist, poet, writer, and the creator of Black on Purpose poetry TV series Wordplay. Patrick the Preacher Man Duncan is coming to a venue near you.
Why is the only time we can come together as a nation? It's when there are acts of insanity, chaos, or devastation.
Stay tuned to Beat Break 87 FM for updates on Patrick Duncan's upcoming arrival to your city. Visit cdbaby.com/CD/Patrick S. Duncan to order his latest album, What's Going On. Available online, including CD Baby and iTunes.
I want this high to have no affiliation to a political party. I want this high to be spiritual.
For more info, go to BeatBreakRadioFM.com.
Wake up weekday mornings to the Beat Break Morning Show and nod your head in bed to the 360 Mix Show. Weeknights on Atlanta's new underground station, Beat Break 87 FM, where music and talk radio lives.